So when you practice Metta Bhavana, Metta meditation, how many benefits you can gain? 11 benefits you can gain as declared by the Lord Buddha. You can sleep in comfort, you can wake in comfort. If you sleep, you have no evil dreams, and you are dear to human beings, and you are dear to non-human beings, and you are protected by deities. And fire, poison, and weapons cannot hurt you. This is number 7. And today is number 8. Number 8, the benefits is Tuvitan. Tuvitan Samadhiyati. Your mind also quickly becomes stabilized and calm. So to develop Metta meditation, wishing others happy is really appropriate and easy. Why? Because everybody is willing to gain happiness. Everybody is willing to gain happiness, and you giving favor to give them happy, you are wishing other people happy, so it is very appropriate and easy. So your mind is very likely to become tranquil within a short time. And the next advantage is mukha will not vipasidati. That is, the complexion of your face can become clear. And it should be developed as maybe considered appropriate. Of course, it is very easier because everybody is willing to be happy, and you make them, you are wishing them happy, so you have no tension and other obstacle. You have no anger, sadness, etc. So the complexion of the face of the Metta practitioner can become clear. So this will undoubtedly bring clear complexion of the face of the Metta meditators. And the next is asamunglo kalangroti. It is important. It is the time of our last moment that takes place without perplexity, without bewilderment. It is really important. Mostly when we are dying, our physical and mental process are very weak. So when we are approaching death, we are likely to die without being able to gain proper concentration and mindfulness. Because we have very severe pain and ache or tiredness, which we have to suffer, or it is likely to pass away with the feeling of lobha, dosa, moha, greed, anger, and delusion. So when we die with lobha, where we go? go to the hungry ghost. When we die with dosa, where we go? To the hell realm. When we go with the moha delusion, where we go? And animal kingdom, lobha, dosa, moha. And this is how death usually comes upon a person with a mind perplexed, ridden by all kinds of entanglement or confusion. When the death occurs to the person in this manner, it is almost certain that he is destined for the four lower states, because with lobha, dosa, moha, physical, mental are very weak at that moment. However, in some cases, where the person is in the state of coma or semi-consciousness, his mind may impinge on the meritorious deeds. Why in the state of coma? Why his mind impinge uh, impinge on the meritorious deeds? Why? Because he has a very good karma. The whole life he achinagan, habitual karma. He have been practicing every day, and he have doing good deeds, and he wishing happy for others. Achinagan, habitual karma. Habitual karma is very good for his life. In his life, so the proximate karma, asanagan, is really reliable because of his good habitual karma in the whole life. So even though he is in the state of coma, his mind the streams of mind directing to the meritorious deeds. So that person can be reborn in the deva realms and human realms. So in that case, a person can hope to reach Sukati, an existence where happy condition prevail. And the last one is Ottari Apati Vijando Brahma Lokupago. So if you do not attain the Aratapala or the fruition of Arahaship, outside the range of Metta Jhana, if you cannot achieve Aratapala, the practitioner can reach to Brahmawal, because he gained the Metta Jhana. So Buddhajana, an ordinary worldling, can reach the abode of Brahmas if he achieve Metta Jhana. If you achieve Metta Jhana and you are ordinary worldling, you are Buddhajana, and you will be reborn in the Brahma world. And also if you are Sotapanna or Sakadagami, And if you achieve the Metta jhana, you will be reborn in the Brahma world. And if you become anagami, and if you attain Metta jhana, where you go? Yes, Sodawasa, pure abode, pure abode. Anagami. Anagami is likely to be reborn in the abode of Sodawasa, pure abode, in the worlds of Brahma. And if you do not attain jhana, if you attain only just upachara samadhi, assess concentration, where you go? You can reach the world of the human beings and Devaloka, celestial realms, which are existent known as Sukati. Sukati, because you gain upachara samadhi, assess concentration. And you remember Dhananjani, the Brahmin, had reached the Brahmaval because he have acquired virtue by developing Metta within about half an hour before his death. So the last moment, very reliable, very, very encouraging. Even in the last moment, you practice and you can achieve Metta jhana, and you will be reborn in the Brahma realms. So that is particularly worthy of note, and we need to encourage ourselves. And also we understand that we need to develop Metta and Vipassana in combination. So if the practitioner, after achieving jhana by developing Metta, Bhavana, he can reach the stage of Aratapala if he continues to contemplate Vipassana, depending on that Metta jhana as a basic. Even if falling short of Aratapala, the practitioner can reach Anagami Megapala and he can become Anagami. So the way to contemplate is first to enter into Metta jhana, and when this jhanic mind ceases, it is to contemplate on that jhana. So this method of plunging in jhana and then contemplating jhana in turn by developing and contemplating samatha and vipassana in pairs is called Yuganada Vipassana. Yuganada. Yuga is the pairs. Yuganada Vipassana. Because you practice Metta and Vipassana in combination. So Yuganada, that is equipping with meditation in pairs, the method contemplating and noting by the yogis, Vipassana yogi. So for the Vipassana yogi, it is to contemplate and note what you have seen, you have heard, etc. So in the same way, after the occurrence of the jhanic mind, this jhanic mind we have to be noted. So the only difference is that if yogis who has attained jhana contemplates the jhanic mind, but you have no jhana. If you have no jhana, what state of mind you have? You have seeing consciousness. After seeing, you have to observe seeing. After hearing, what you have to observe? Hearing. After smelling, you have to observe smelling, etc. So for the yogis, they are not endowed with the jhanic mind. Yogis should contemplate and note the mind that is aware of what you have seen, heard, etc. So what shall be done now according to the method of Yuganada contemplation? So when we doing metta, may all beings be happy, then contemplate with mindfulness on loving kindness in turn, and developing metta along with the contemplation of metta mindfulness in pairs is the method. So if so contemplated, your mind that is intended to radiate to particular person, while recitation made, and the rupa, the material elements is uttering, and the sense object of voice sounds, and the mind consciousness which dwell in your heart while reciting, may all beings be happy. If you are observing at the moment what happened, they are vanishing. As soon as you observe they are vanishing, they are disappearing. So all these namarupa are vanishing instantaneously and continually. So such realization is the genuine vipassana insight knowledge. So which you knows the characteristics of impermanence. Here is kayatena anicca. Having vanished in a moment, it is impermanent. So when you do metta, you need to be aware of the kinds of radiating mind, the sound wave, and also the bodily behavior, all immediately vanish as soon as you note. So to practice Metta Bhavana or Vipassana Bhavana, Buddha instructed the place. The first one is Arinya Gatawa. Arinya Gatawa, you go into or you reside in the forest. Rokamula Gatawa, you can approach a position under a shade of a tree. Or Sonyagara Gatawa, you can stay in a monastery or a house or a building where there is no people. And then here, Nisidati, that means sitting, and you can practice. So obviously, Lord Buddha in his instruction has given priority to practicing meditation in a forest area. Arinya. Only when you are unable to proceed to a forest, you are advised to take your seat and meditate at the foot of a tree in a quiet place. Then again, if it's impossible to practice meditation in a monastery or a house or a building uninhabited by people, it would be the best to select a secluded place where there is peace and tranquility. However, if there is any other person who is willing to practice meditation in the same area, it would be better if the person is of the same sex. So in any case, the best would be a secluded spot in a remote area where there is no other person except the meditators. And your body, the sitting postures to be adopted is Panlingan. Panlinga Abhujitva. Panlinga, sitting cross-legged, and at the same time of sitting, it mentioned the Ujjongayam Panidaya, upper portion of the body above the waist should be kept erect, straight, upright. And if you sit down loosely, bending your back or twisting your body, the strength of the effort will be weakened. So that is the reason why it is necessary to sit erect, keeping your body above the waist perfectly upright. After taking a sitting postures, it mentioned Parimukhan Sate Upatapitva. That means fix your mind only on the object of meditation and to engage yourself in active meditation with fixed concentration without letting your mind go astray. So in the present case of practicing Metta Bhavana, your mind should be directed towards people for whom Metta is intended to be developed. And it is essential to know and understand from the very beginning as to who are those in whose favor Metta should not be developed first, and who are those not worthy of receiving Metta. So Metta should not be developed at the beginning of the practice towards persons who are hostile and unfriendly, or who deserve hatred. Apiya, hostile and unfriendly. And there are persons who are dearest to you or your beloved one, that is, those who have close affinity through your deep love, that is atipiya. Another person is person who deserve neither love nor hatred. They are neutral person. And another one is the person who are enemies. And the reason for not developing metta at the beginning from such people is because it would be difficult to permeate the feeling of loving kindness. It would be difficult to send your metta to one whom you hate. And it is also difficult to transmit your metta first to your beloved ones, like your children, your brothers and sisters, for whom you have intense love and attachment. It is difficult. And it will not be easy to develop a loving kindness for people such as your close disciple, etc. It is because if person for whom you have deep love and affection are found to have become a bit miserable or have suffered trouble and misery, you would probably become highly depressed. Highly depressed. Another person, it would also be difficult to put a stranger or a neutral person who is unfamiliar with you in the role of your beloved person. And it is almost impossible to constantly radiate loving kindness to a complete stranger. Leave aside sending loving kindness to an enemy. As regards an enemy, the moment you remember him, feeling of anger will arise, recalling the past incidents or memories of his wrongdoings to you. So it will be difficult. So they are the four kinds of people in whose favor or for whom you should not develop metta at the initial stage of your practice. Another one is person upon whom metta should not be sent. Metta should not be bestowed. So person towards whom metta should not be developed are person not belonging to the same sex. Metta should not be developed and transmitted in particular to person of different sex. Another one is person who are dead and gone. Metta should not be developed towards these kinds of person. So what is the reason? The reason is that between the two persons who are not the same sex, say of the two persons, a male and female, if a male or a man is particularly developing metta towards a female or a woman, or vice versa, That is, if female is especially developing metta towards a male sensual desire, raga is likely to occur. So in the long past, a son of a minister asked his Mahatera, his Dhamma teacher. So the son of the minister asked the teacher, Pandey, on whom should I send my loving kindness by developing metta? The Mahatera, the teacher, replied, you should develop your metta in respect of a person whom you love and adore. And thereupon the minister's son was very fond of his wife. So after keeping observant of the Atinga Sila, eightfold Sila, moral precepts, or one day he took his seat on the sleeping couch in a closed bedroom at night time and developed metta, radiating his loving kindness to his wife. So while thus performing, that man became filled with strong passion or raga. So he made an attempt to go to his wife. Under the inspired influence of his sensual desire, he entirely forgot about the door and in moving about wildly, losing control of himself. So he hit the wall many a times. So he was totally deluded and becoming so angry and blinded by his raga passion, that man struck the wall repeatedly with his hand and hit the wall. And it seemed that this had happened not for a while or a few minutes. Visuddhimagga said, Sabbarati, throughout the whole night. Beti Yoda Makasi, he was at war with the wall and fought against it. So Visuddhimagga has also mentioned the rapid rising up of raga is an intrusion, and it entices under the guise of metta. So as attachment of raga has a tendency to take place with force, metta should not be developed in a manner distinct from others towards a person of different sex. However, transmission of metta for a purpose to gain parami and wholesome deeds for about 4 times, 5 times, 10 times will be permissible. Another one is if metta is developed towards a person who was dead and gone, you cannot achieve you cannot achieve apana apana jhana and upachara, apana samadhi and upachara samadhi. If the metta is developed towards a person who was dead and gone. So long time ago in the past, a young monk was developing metta, dwelling his mind on his Dhamma teacher. However, the monk was unable to reach the stage of jhana samapatti, which he had once successfully practiced and attained by indulging in that meditation. And he wonder why I not attain in this way. So he inquired about his failure to attain the jhana as advised by a martyr. And he found out that his Dhamma teacher had already passed away. So he developed his metta towards another person with his usual concentration. Only then he attained metta jhana. So metta should not be developed in respect or towards a person who had already passed away. And in developing metta towards others, priority should be given to our own self. So first and foremost, metta should be developed towards our own self. We do metta, we do radiate, and avirohomi. So we first and foremost, we need to develop towards ourselves. May I be happy and free from misery. May I be free from dangers and mental distress, etc. So in developing metta for our own well-being, the intention is not acquire merits. And it is not developed to gain concentration. It is meant to serve as an example by comparison that others people also wish to be happy uh, like we ourselves wish to be happy. So he may be developing metta as may I be happy for years and years, or for 100 or 1,000 years, but there is no possibility of achieving apana samadhi. If he is developing metta for his own well-being, wishing his own feeling, may I be happy, it will serve as an evidence, or it will serve as a witness to the fact that other people would also wish to be happy, and other people wish to live happily and be alive, and also they wish to be free from misery as we ourselves wish to be so. So that is the reason why instruction has been given to develop metta towards our own self or our own well-being initially when beginning with the practice. And Visuddhimagga has said so. Lord Buddha has made an exposition by preaching a verse that indicates that a person loves his own self the most. So Buddha said, you go around and round in search of a person who deserves more love and affection than your own self in any place or anywhere. You cannot find. You cannot find. So in the same way, other people also love their self most. In as much as every being loves their own self the most, the person who loves his own self or who cares most for his own welfare, so he or she will not cause another person suffer misery, or she will not. She should not do another person suffer, and he or she should develop metta without causing misery to other people. So Buddha said. And after developing metta towards your own self, taking one from outstanding example, metta is to be developed towards either a teacher who is worthy of love and respect, or towards the grandfather, father, uncle, etc. Mama mata pitu, acariyacha, nyatimitacha, sabramacharinocha. And in the case of females, towards their grandmother and mother, aunt, and so on. And the manner of developing metta is, may my teacher be happy and free from misery, or may my grandfather or father or uncle be happy. And in the case of females, may my grandma or mother or aunt be happy and free from suffering and misery. So in this way, metta should be developed about once in every 3 seconds. So 1 minute, how many times you develop? 3 seconds, 1 time, and 1 minute. 3 seconds, 1 radiation, 3 seconds, 1 radiation, 1 minute, how many times you radiate? 20, yeah. 1 minute, 20 radiation. So metta can be developed towards any other person deserving of affection and respect. If not towards your teacher, grandparents, mother, father, and so on. And your mind should be bent upon the recipient of metta, whoever he may be, and then transmit this feeling of metta as may he be happy for 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times, continuously. If your objective is for the achievement of jhana samadhi, how do you practice? Metta should be developed all throughout day and night. Day and night without a break, excluding the time of your sleep as an interval for respite. While developing metta, your mind may wander. These wandering minds are what? Wandering minds. Nivarana, hindrances. So the wandering minds, akusala, demerits known as nivarana, mental hindrances. And the moment you become mindful of such thoughts, these thoughts should be rejected. And then you continue to go on developing your metta continuously. And when the power of concentration becomes strong, such wandering thoughts will gradually lessen. And if your samadhi concentration is fully strengthened, your mind will cease to wander and it will remain fixed on the person to whom metta is transmitted. So at that moment, what you gain? Upachara samadhi, access concentration. So at that moment, you are free from nivarana, mental hindrances. Mental hindrances. Okay, we have to stop here. Next week we continue. Sadhu, sadhu.